kind of hurts my face.
Yeah, with the headphones and the eyeglasses.
Yeah.
It's like nerd problems.
Nerd problems.
How do I record my podcast while I still wear my glasses?
Nerd problems.
That's why I take my glasses off. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. For the next half an hour-ish, we are going to be talking about some things we found funny in the news or interesting. We are going to be drinking a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a little bit of alcohol content.
We're drinking alcoholic sugar today.
We are.
This is so sweet.
They're two good things.
It's like
Sugar.
automatic mimosa.
Yeah.
With us, as always, the lovely and talented Tom Krajewski.
Hello.
How are you, Super Volcano?
Good, how you doing?
We don't need no
good.
fucking OJ.
Yeah.
We don't need no OJ. There's enough sugar in this thing.
Alex, I wish that we did a video podcast because I wish people could embrace your hair right now.
Just embrace it with
You have
love.
like the
Because-
most perfect hair.
But
thank
your
you, sir.
hair is doing this like Viking ship
Yep.
movement around your
Yep.
headphones where the front end and the back end are both curled up at such an amazing angle.
You look like an anime character.
Yeah, you
with
look
that
like an
crazy
anime
hair.
character.
Yeah, my hair is headphone phobic.
Yeah.
It's hyper headphone-ophobic, so it's like the hair never touches the headphones.
Also, for our listeners at home, Alex is still currently in his pajamas.
Correct.
And his pajamas consist of straight pajama pants and a Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt. So,
And
Basically,
and sandals.
the best pajamas.
the best pajamas.
And I took off my Halloween costume bull shirt. I bought like this cheesy thing. What's up, Tom? Looks like you have a question.
I'm confused because like
Hit
you're
me.
wearing your pajamas, but your hair
Correct.
is like so perfectly coiffed. Did you do your hair this morning, or did you wake up like?
No,
that?
I
I
think
did not.
Alex's hair does that.
I did not. So the really funny thing about my hair
Put
is,
hairspray in before you go to bed.
yeah. So I a while back, the weird thing about my hair, because my hair is sort of like one of my sort of like.
You're proud of your hair.
It epitomizes
Yes.
the host version of Alex, right?
Okay, got it.
It's my calling card.
Got it.
Right.
Mine's
and-
my ass.
Joe.
So
Hey!
is mine.
I think that calling card gave me a wrong number. I don't know what that doesn't even mean
That was
anything.
actually pretty good.
It was going to be a good joke, and then it just went off the rails. It was like halfway through, I was like, I don't got it. I'm just going to go forward.
Okay, keep
but-
talking about your calling card hair.
Anyway, but it was like it's a weird situation. I actually remember the date, time, reason, and person who first spiked my hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was such a defining moment in your life.
It was. It literally was.
Yeah.
It was a period of my life where prior to that, I had regular, normal, conservative hair.
Yeah.
And past that, like after
You
that,
had success in life.
I had success. It really is it was a major milestone marker of my success.
That's
But
amazing.
after that, I have never really gone back to the
No,
conservative
you shouldn't.
comb hair.
It is in full effect today, and I appreciate it.
Well, it's good. And the
Yeah.
other thing is it's actually less work now than
Yes.
it was before because
That's awesome.
it's just like my hair's going to do it anyway.
Right.
Wish
Before
had
I would
hair.
just be like, "Oh God, you have hair."
Not like you.
That is
Well,
true. You don't
just,
have hair
yeah,
like Alex.
yeah.
No one has hair like Alex.
Anime character.
Speaking of hair,
Yes.
Hair.
we have business to get to. That was not a segue.
Oh.
That was a
Speaking
very...
of hair, shut up and let's talk about
Yeah.
business. Okay. I like
We're
it.
now fully into December, which means we are this much closer to Drunksmith.
We are like moments away. I feel like
yeah.
the anticipation for me to Drunksmith is a little bit like Friends' anticipation to The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Like I feel like
Actually,
it's like
I
9
feel
days
like-
away.
I feel like it's my anticipation to Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. After that, I'm going to be like, oh, right. Christmas hasn't happened
Yeah,
yet.
I know. So, everyone at home, listen carefully. Here's the deal. We are going to record all 12 days of Drunksmith
Yes.
on
Coincidentally.
December 12th.
Hey-o. The 12 days
Numbers.
of Drunksmith
Yes.
12th.
But
Numbers.
but-
Did you
ready?
say numbers?
Numbers. Numbers. I like lamp. So recording December 12th, which you're probably listening to this on the Monday before or the Tuesday before, whenever you listen to our podcast.
Yes.
We are going to record it in a different location.
Correct.
And we are doing that for the sole purpose of you guys being able to send us things on December 12th. So we
Yes.
don't have to give away Alex's home address.
Correct.
We're recording in like a business space, I
Yes.
guess you can call it.
Well, it also it solved a lot of issues with guests coming in and how are we going to do, doors and shit like that. So it's a lot. It fixed a lot
that was
of things.
something we were not going to talk about, Alex.
Really? Why?
Really?
What?
Really?
What?
Oh boy.
Fight.
Fight.
Stop
Okay,
fighting.
never mind.
fight,
Alex
fight.
is just going to stop talking right now.
Okay, go on. Talk about food.
So anyway, we will be posting this week where and when you can send us stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If you would like to send us stuff during our Drunksmith recording, we will absolutely thank everyone who
Yep.
sends us
Yes,
something.
and eat or
Yes, and we will absolutely eat everything
Yes.
because we're going to need to
Yes.
eat a lot of
Yes.
things.
I think we can
starchy
handle
things.
the eating. I think we're pretty good at the eating part. We're going to eat.
I think we're gonna eat it. We're gonna eat.
Yeah.
Eat.
Yeah, no, we're going to be eating all the things that day. That's the thing that's going to happen.
Eating and
So
the drinking.
anyway, pay attention. We'll tweet it out on the Half Hour Happy Hour Twitter account, which is Half Hour Happy HR. And oh god, there are some people who don't have Twitter. I think we're gonna post it. Here's my thought.
We don't have a Facebook thing, do we?
No, should we start a Facebook thing?
No, I don't want to do that.
Well, we can post it on my website, and I can
Okay.
tweet out the page.
Okay, cool.
From there, and
I
then
dig that.
people can find that.
I dig on
So
fun.
if you want, you can also go to AlisonHaislip.com. There'll be info up there.
Cool.
Where you can send us stuff.
Cool.
We'll say thank you to you because we will need you.
I'm so afraid of that day.
No, it's going to be amazing.
I know.
It's going to be amazing.
Drinking wise or just like
Drinking wise, 12
Con-
episodes wise,
content-wise, yeah.
like finding enough. I mean, that's the thing because we're gonna have guests, so I feel like
Well, okay,
we'll be able
Alex!
to chat. What?
Do you not remember the conversation we had where we were not
Clearly
going to
not.
talk about how we were going to have guests on?
you said half a
Well,
glass.
okay, here we go. Surprise.
Oh, what? Have we not said that?
No. But you just blew the surprise.
I
You
wasn't
totally blew
paying
the
attention.
surprise.
Oh my god, I feel like
Anyway,
an asshole.
surprise, listeners. We're going to have guests on during
Oh
that
my
time.
god! I feel like that's been so a part of it that
we have talked
I just
about
assumed
it.
we've talked about it on the show. Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
Thanks, Alex.
That's
Oh,
why I was
Haislip.
like, we're not talking about this.
Way to ruin drunks, Miss
I
Alex.
feel like I just ruined. I'm the
totally
Grinch of Drunksmas past.
I threw my duct tape at you. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Anyway, yes, surprise. We're gonna have guests. We're not gonna say who those guests are because they're not
No.
gonna be people you expect them to be. We're like,
I love that now we're
Just our
now we
parents.
have the big announcement. Just basically, it's our parents.
it's our parents, and the Postmates dude. But there will be other people.
That'd be awesome.
There will be other people besides the three of us during
Yes.
Drunksmas,
Which has
Ma-
now been revealed.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Mainly because we can't come up with enough stories for one day of
Well,
recording.
that we could.
But we'll be
I
too
mean,
busy
it's a
drinking,
lot.
too.
It's a lot of stories.
It's a lot.
But okay. Yeah.
And we
All
are
right.
going to be drinking. No, but Super Volcano brings up a good point, which is when drinking's involved.
Yes.
There's a lot of just bullshitting, which
Yeah.
is great. That's what.
Yeah.
That is the feeling of Drunksmas. That is
Right?
the what is that? What's that called?
Well,
like the spirit of Drunksmas.
The spirit of Drunksmas
is rambling drunk talk.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
As we can all
That's it.
agree.
Yes.
So I think we might be safe.
scared
We'll be
too,
good.
though.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're doing this for you
scared.
guys. We're doing it for you, listeners.
We are doing it for them.
and we're sacrificing our livers for you.
Yes.
Okay, I have one more thing before we get into
Okay.
regular show business.
Okay. Show business.
I
It's not called showed fun.
I have a movie review by my mom.
Oh yes!
Yes.
I'm so excited.
I know. I was like so happy. My mother actually told me this in person. I was like, "Mom, text it to me because I have to read it on the show."
Text me this.
50 Shades of Grey. What?
Ooh, 50 Shades of Grey.
Where is it?
Good.
Pretty soon she's gonna get like requests, like the
Yeah.
honest trailer guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
crap. Hold on. She didn't send it to me. She sent it to me and my brother. Now I have to find that text thread.
Oh, I hate that.
Ah.
So Super Volcano.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Got it. Found
Oh,
it.
okay. Here we go.
Okay, ready?
See, we
so
totally-
over Thanksgiving, my mother saw Spectre.
Ooh, oh,
James Bond movie.
which by the way I saw with my parents over Thanksgiving. So I'm very
there you
interested
go.
to see what this parent said.
This is what my mother wrote.
Okay.
Spectre, pure James Bond. So how many helicopters did he crash?
That is amazing.
Movie reviews by my mom.
It's basically like awesome haikus.
Yes. So there you go. If you haven't, for some reason, seen Spectre yet, that is
Yeah.
your review.
Your mom
if you would
just
like to see
spoiled it for us.
helicopters get crashed.
How many helicopter crashes?
Yes.
Actually, a lot of helicopter. That
Yeah.
actually is a very apropos.
Yeah.
Did he crash?
It's an accurate review.
I feel like there might have been two, but they were very specific plot
Yes.
point helicopters.
Okay.
Yes.
That's really funny.
So
that that's
there
what
you
you
go.
pulled out of it.
Should we read some emails?
Thank you, Miss Haislip.
Yeah, let's
You're
read some
welcome.
emails.
Mrs. Haislip.
Ooh.
Oh, I was hoping she was
Miss.
single.
I'm the only single Haislip,
Super
remember?
volcano.
Super volcano gets around.
So two things.
Yes, one.
One, we talked about this, and AJ Alvarez Not
Okay.
Alvarez, I don't think, but
Okay.
Alvarez. Alvarez? I don't know, whatever. I love you, AJ.
Sorry, AJ.
So AJ was the thing about the song. When we were talking about like the theme song,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
and we were like, should we read it? Should we not? Should we listen to it? Should we not? We only saw the title.
By the way, this is not something we talked about on the show again, Alex.
It is.
I don't
We
think
mentioned
so.
it because
Did
he
we mention
tweeted me,
it?
and he was like, what was that vague theme song thing that you and you weren't saying it was me?
Got it.
So
Yes, we did.
AJ sent us what we thought was a theme song that we were like, mental note, let's listen to that when we have some time to listen to theme songs.
Okay.
But then when we finally did mental note, okay, let's go listen to it, it was actually an email about how he is going to be writing one.
He's going to write us a theme song?
He's going to write us a theme song, so
AJ,
I don't know
thank
what
you.
that means. I don't know what it's going to be like.
It means awesomeness.
It means awesomeness, but I just wanted him to know that we got that
email.
We got
I
that
will
email.
say, I feel like there's a couple people who have been like, do you get our emails? We get so many emails.
So many.
We just can't read them all on the show, but we
Correct.
do read them all. Eventually.
I love the eventually part
Yeah.
that you put in. A Drunksmith's food quandary. I mean, I figure
Oh.
since we've talked about it,
Yeah,
we could maybe
yeah.
email
Let's see
them.
what this person's
This is from
asking.
Jason Scharf.
Hi, Jason Sheriff.
Scharf.
Is it like what
It does look a little bit like Schnarf.
Pinky in the Brain?
there a
He
shark?
does do. No, he goes like Snarf or whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Snarf from Thundercats.
Oh, Thundercats.
Yeah.
Oh.
Snarf. A&T, on your
Yeah.
last podcast, you were trying to figure out how to have food delivered while you were
You can do it,
punishing
Alex.
your livers on
Yeah.
Drunksmiths.
Got it.
And mentioned that you could talk to Papa John's or perhaps even a cupcakery.
Cupcakeries.
I love that. And tell them people would be calling to send you food, but the problem is that your show isn't live, and we wouldn't know when to send you food.
Oh, well, we've already solved
We
that
have
problem.
now solved that
December
one.
12th.
Now he says, I propose people send gift cards to your P.O. box with some rules in place that they have to be to
Use
places that will deliver to you. Count me in on a Papa John's card. And this was written perfectly fine in English.
Yeah,
I've
it's
just been
Vince is you
drinking,
being
so I'm just
hungover.
like, what is happening?
Well,
Thanks for all the free science and funny. You guys
Yeah.
are super popular at life. Oh, that made my
cute.
day. Jason Scharf from Yaplanty, Michigan.
Sure. Thanks,
He's from
Jason.
Michigan.
But
Michigan's from
Jason,
Michigan.
we've now solved the problem for
We
you.
have solved that problem.
We will post the address you can send us food to on December 12th.
Correct.
Please
Amundo.
don't send us Papa John's. I actually don't like Papa John's.
You don't like Papa John's?
Hey,
No.
but we like Papa John's.
I am from New Jersey, where there's real pizza.
What is
So-
the non Papa
Yes.
John's version of pizza in Jersey? Round Table?
No, any other pizza place.
Oh, just generic.
there's
go
no-
to eat pizza, and it's better than
there's
Papa
no
John's.
chain. You don't do chain pizza in Jersey. Is my point.
Really?
Yeah.
You go to Schlitz Pizza Joint.
No, I went to Casola's.
The what?
Casola's was my
Casola's.
pizza joint, and there was a rival pizza place a block away called Nicola's, and you were
What?
defined in my
Oh.
hometown as to whether you went to Casola's or Nicola's.
Jesus.
I was a Casola's girl.
Not a
Right,
Nicola's.
yeah.
No, I felt like a traitor when I
those
ate
girls are
Nicola's.
tramps.
Yeah, so I would prefer not Papa John's pizza.
I agree.
There are, you know, what's actually pretty good out here is Demore's. I think it's called Demore's Pizza.
Okay.
That's pretty decent out here.
Yeah. Yeah, pizza here is sort of like, for me,
It's-
I just
it's-
kind of go,
it's
I'll
give-
just eat
yeah,
the
it's give and
generic
take.
shit.
So
Unless you go to like a place
Yeah.
like Moza or whatever.
Oh, Moza's
or
the
like,
best.
we just went to a place yesterday in Venice
Yeah.
called like, fuck.
Good story.
It starts with like a G and a J weirdly, so it's like Glenda. It's like Glenna or something like.
yeah,
But it's like
the brunch
GJ.
place.
Yeah,
The
but they
brunch
have
place.
amazing pizzas. We went for dinner.
Yeah,
And the best pork
but
chop.
I wouldn't really call that a pizza place. But yes, I know
No,
exactly
not at all.
Giora or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
Giora's.
But anyway, their pizza was fantastic, but also the best pork chop I've ever had in my
That's
life.
awesome.
Oh.
You had pizza and a pork chop last night?
Pizza, pork chop,
Pizza
bone
and a
marrow.
pork chop.
All last night?
Bone marrow.
No, not last night. Last night I just had Papa John's pizza.
Ugh, Papa John's. Don't
all
send
right.
us Papa John's, but send us other stuff. Thanks,
Hey,
Jason.
Papa. We'll stay to Papa. In response, this is a new email.
Okay, new
In
email.
response to the space news from Sextopia.
Yeah.
Actually, he said Sex Utopia, but I think Sextopia is better.
Well, I called it Sextopia, but you called the episode Sex Utopia.
Did I?
Yep.
Really? Way to go,
Yep,
Alex.
that's on you, Alex.
That's on me. Jesus. less time on morphine. I don't know what that means. Hello, Alex, Allison, and Tom. My name is Jerome.
Oh, hello, Jerome.
Have fun pronouncing that. I'll write it in the
Jeroen.
bottom of the email.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. It's pronounced Jeroen.
Jeroen?
Jeroen from the Netherlands.
Hello,
Love it.
Jeroen.
Hello,
From the
Jeroen.
Netherlands. Fuck yeah, Netherlands.
Yeah, it's Jeroen van Dongen.
Oh, what?
Dongen.
That's awesome.
Van Dongen?
Yeah, Jeroen van Dongen. That's fantastic. That's a fucking name right there.
That is amazing.
All right. First of all, love the show. Long-time listener, first-time mailer. I've
Hi.
always wanted to say that, and you did, and correctly. Like that was
Yes.
actually a true statement. I
And
wanted
we
to
read
talk.
it.
I wanted to talk about the space news because it seems like you guys are always trying to cover that, which I really enjoy and appreciate.
Did he put a lot of E's in that? Is that why
a
you
lot
said
of
it like
A's?
that?
It's more like
okay.
raw. Enjoy and appreciate.
Got
But for
it.
some reason, pretty much always gets wrong in some minor details. I still love you though. Still love you though.
We get everything
Hearts.
wrong.
I know,
It-
and sometimes
isn't
in the major details,
Yeah.
but I
Isn't that the
appreciate that.
disclaimer of our show?
Yeah, I think it is. Science?
With a question mark.
First of all, I'm glad that Allison cleared up the NASA story with her aunt from JPL because
Yeah, I
NASA
did.
is still kicking ass. Second of all, the Jeff Bezos company is Blue Origin, not Ocean. Oh, really? I feel like I read that from the actual story, but I could have gotten off on Ocean, so I appreciate that. While I don't want to diss their achievements, what they did was basically send a rocket straight up into the air, separate a capsule from the cockpit at this is amazing. At 60 kilometers. Sorry, don't know freedom units.
Freedom units!
That is amazing. That is amazing.
That's what I'm calling them from now on.
And let them fall straight back down.
I'm going 60 freedom units per hour.
Hell yeah.
Why'd you pull me over, officer?
Yeah.
I was using freedom
I was
units.
using the freedom units. I don't understand. If I was doing 80 kilometers an hour, I would totally understand it.
Yeah.
The top speed of the rockets, the entire flight was Mach 3. That seems fast to me. I'm not a
Yep.
scientist.
Yep.
Which is really fast, of course, but not as crazy as other rockets. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is the part where Elon Musk got mad, and for good reason. Yes, this was extremely hard to do. What SpaceX is doing is way crazier. Instead of going straight up and straight down, the rocket goes sideways.
Oh.
That's how you get it into orbit, and then
Yeah,
goes
'cause
up a tiny bit, starts banking over slowly, and at less than a minute into the flight, they're almost at a 45-degree angle. That's why they don't land the rocket on the launch platform, but on a barge out in the ocean.
Yeah.
The rocket goes Mach 10
Wow.
sideways
That's a lot of
before
Machs.
decoupling the upper stages. That's so many Machs. Instead of going Mach 3, that makes it much harder.
Because
Jesus.
there's windows as to when you can actually launch someone into space. Like, you can't just, like, do it straight up. You have to...
That sounds like every
Right? But there's a thing...
12-year-old boy's idea of sex. You can't. There's windows, and you can't do it straight up.
No. Yes, exactly. But that's why shuttle launches, if they get delayed for whatever reason, they have to wait for another specific date.
Yeah.
Why, Allison?
The weather windows. I think it has to do
Or is
with
it like
the
satellites that
I
you can
think it
hit?
has to do with the orbital rotation.
You don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
but
No.
it has to do. It has to do with the amount of energy it takes to get out of the atmosphere
Yes.
at different rotations of the.
Yes,
of
that's
the
why you
Earth.
don't go
I
straight
think.
up. It's why you go on an angle with the speed of the Earth or something
Well,
like
you're
that.
shooting straight up. The Earth is rotating underneath you, so
Yes.
it looks like you're kind of going sideways.
Wow, okay.
That is not fact.
Nope.
That is guess from Alice.
I'm going to be honest. The only thing that is fact on this show...
I feel like I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
That's a great
exactly what
shirt.
we are.
That's what we are. Science.
Hi, I'm a scientist.
I have
amazing.
a science show.
God, I hope this isn't classified as a science show. I'd be really embarrassed.
What was that one guy who didn't somebody email and was like, I don't like, that one review on iTunes was like, I don't
he
like
was
it.
like-
You guys
I
talk
was like,
about math.
yeah.
And I was like, what?
What kind of math do we talk
And
about?
what middle point of an episode did you come in where we were really into math?
Yes.
Like, what?
And
Shit.
taking it seriously.
Anyway,
right.
hope that helped you guys. It did, and I hope you don't. I don't sound like a space snob. Well, but that's not bad.
No, we appreciate
Have fun with all the drinks
All the drinks.
Be-
there. I
I'm
love
already
it.
feeling the one drink I've had.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like this. You should have a little bit more, just because it's.
I should have a little
4%.
bit more. We should get into stories.
Whoa!
Oh wow, look at that pour. Yep.
It was almost all over the floor because of my angle.
Oh, nice.
My angle of approach based on gravity's rotation of the Earth was pretty shitty. All right, we got this is awesome. I love this story. Ready?
Good.
And I'm gonna here. I'll just hit mute.
Mute.
Chipmunks music played to deter homeless sleepers.
No.
Cruel.
Wait a minute.
So
like the Chipmunks, like Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
cruel.
So get this shit.
Christmas time is here.
Blasting in a public bus station between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m.
We've
Pretty
been
brilliant
good,
idea.
but
I love
we
this idea.
can't
Torture, but it's a-
last. Hurry Christmas, hurry fast.
And we're sued.
Want
Was that- I was about to say.
that loops the loop. Me, I want a hula hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please,
Get her some more-
Christmas, don't be late.
That is fantastic.
Impressive.
Did you do that in a school performance or something?
I just listen to the Chipmunks a lot. Who doesn't know the Chipmunks Christmas song?
I
do
didn't
not.
know it all the way through
I
like
kind of
that.
gave up at the end because you guys were staring at me like I was crazy.
We were what?
Alvin!
That was most well. Now that is being used for evil.
No.
So there's a place in Bournemouth in the UK.
In the UK?
Yeah, I think it's Dorset.
They would
is
use the Chipmunks for evil.
They would. Well,
Yeah.
first it was bagpipes.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
but I love the bagpipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
You love the bagpipes, but when you're sleeping on a bench at like 4 o'clock in the morning and
Shut the fuck
bagpipes are
up,
clearing,
bagpipes!
yeah.
I tend to do.
So literally, what they did was there was this a train station, and they had a lot of homeless people that were sleeping in the train station overnight.
Right.
And there were trains that were coming in and out, but just not as many. But people were sort of complaining. They were like, "Well, it's sort of sketchy, and we're showing up at like
Yeah.
my train gets in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's a lot of homeless people, and it just feels really insecure." So they were like, "Well, how can we figure out how to solve this problem?"
How
And
can
so
we?
what they decided was they were like, well, let's make it less comfortable for somebody to sleep in this
here,
place.
yeah.
So for 2 weeks straight, they blared bagpipe music
Yeah.
between 12 a.m.
I just feel
and
bad for the
5
people who have to
a.m..
work there during those hours.
Well, yes, I get that. I do get that. And then as Christmas time came up, they were like, let's switch out the bagpipes for Alvin and the Chipmunks holiday
kind of
If
music.
they're going to
Amazing,
annoy the
though.
homeless people, it might as well keep it festive.
Keep it
Yeah.
festive, yeah.
I don't see why this is cruel. I kind of think it's a great idea.
Well, it's really loud.
And it's
Oh.
the Chipmunks.
And it's the Chipmunks. And I think what people were sort of saying is they were like, well, I mean, these homeless people have to sleep somewhere.
Yeah, that
I mean,
is
that
true.
is that is a thing. But it's, it's really crazy. It kind of comes like, I don't know what the solution is to homelessness because I'm not that type of person who has that solution.
Let's
What?
Like
we'll
a
bring
smart.
him to Sextopia with us.
Yeah,
You're not
dude.
like a philanthropist?
I mean, I am a philanthropist. I
Yeah.
donate money to causes.
Right.
But I'm not I don't
You're not
have a solution to big think problems like that.
Yes, I get what you're saying.
So, but
Did
it's
you
hard
see
because
the Batman versus Superman trailer?
I did not know the new one.
Speaking of
No,
The new one.
Homelessness.
No. I bring this up for a reason. It's first off, the trailer. I'm like, oh, really? That's how we're advertising the movie. Okay,
Oh,
but
I'm pretty sure that movie is going to
but
be not good.
I do sort of dig Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
Yeah?
I mean, he's like batshit crazy in it, and it's off the wall, and you're
Yeah.
a little like, wow. But he says a pretty genius line in it, which I'm about to butcher, but the point will come across.
All right.
Is that he says something like, Amy Adams calls him a psychopath, and he's like, psychopath is just a 3-syllable word to describe someone to describe an idea that's too big for small minds.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it was just interesting when you were like, I just don't think with those big ideas, because I think it does take a certain kind of mind
yeah.
to think that big. And
Yeah.
those are the people who can either make great change in the world or create doomsday and kill Superman.
So now here's a quick question. Is Jesse Eisenberg
Yeah.
playing Lex Luthor,
Yeah, he's Lex Luthor.
who started as Mark Zuckerberg and became Lex Luthor?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, but now Mark Zuckerberg gave like $45 billion
no,
to
he
charity.
did not. No, he did not.
He gave
You gotta
99% of
no,
his
he did
Facebook
not.
shares.
No, he did not.
Oh.
There was an article that came out that was like, everybody thinks he just gave $45 billion to charity. That's not at all what he did. He set up like a business account or something where he basically pledged, like said,
Yeah.
we're going to do this.
Okay.
He didn't do it. He just said, oh, yeah, we're going to do this. So what my gut is that potentially when he dies or when they die, they might leave that money. But it wasn't like everybody was like, oh, my God, he just gave $45 million or $45 billion to charity, and was like,
No,
and then an article came up that was like, no.
I knew it wasn't that he gave it right away. That he was. I knew it was that he was pledging to do that. But
yeah, well, but also it said that he was pledging 99% of his wealth.
No, it's 99% of his Facebook stock.
No,
yes,
it's his wealth, but the majority of that is in Facebook stock. And that's what another reason. And then the other thing was, he just said like he may not end up leaving the planet with all the money that he has now. He might give it away along the way.
And then that doesn't have
buy
as
yachts.
much. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Facebook could fold. It's not going to fold. Facebook is like the new bank. It's too big to fail. It's too big to fail at this point.
I know, it's so sad. I would totally cancel my Facebook account if I could.
Wait, what?
I know.
You.
I hate Facebook.
The only reason I have a Facebook account is to like keep in touch with friends from childhood who I don't have their contact info anymore.
The other thing too is Facebook fears users like me because all I do is stalk. Like all I do is just slide through, see what people are up to. Maybe I'll like a thing.
I
Maybe
never
I'll
post.
like it. Never post, but I'll post things because I link to my Twitter.
Oh.
Which is my way of kind of, but I even barely ever
don't do
tweet
that.
anymore.
Yeah.
But I do that so that I can sort of like keep up with the people who are friends from high school or college.
Yeah, that's what,
So they can see what I'm up to, but I'm never going to post something on Twitter. Like I never post something on Twitter.
Right.
Although I hate it. It's the worst fucking thing when I post something on Instagram because of the social media waterfall effect that happens and I misspell something in my Instagram post.
Oh, yeah.
Because it goes to Twitter and then it goes to Facebook. I can edit it in Instagram. I can edit it in Facebook.
But you can't edit it on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Edit it on Twitter.
I know. Twitter, that's got to be your next thing.
So Twitter just sits there like a fucking idiot.
Yep. Yep.
Like BOARD
Yep.
instead of BORED. Like a fucking idiot just sitting there. It's sitting there. And the worst, the worst is when it's the fucking iPhone that does it.
Oh, that it autocorrected
When I'm like, I didn't do that. I
Yeah.
didn't do that. Now I got to fucking sit 5 minutes. I got to open up this, open up that, pull this off. And I'm like, fuck you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, back to what the fuck were we talking about?
So Chipmunk Homeless.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that was a digression.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I don't know what the solution is for homeless people. Because I feel like there has to be a place for people to stay. But at the same time, if you don't have a place to stay, where do you stay?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, parks are cool. And I like...
Well, that's why, like...
Like, I feel like you should open a wing of a park that's just like, anybody can sleep here.
It's
you know
way
what I mean?
different. I have no experience. I don't know why I'm saying this, but whatever. In theory, I would think...
We're philanthropists.
We're scientists? Yeah.
Yeah. Urban engineers?
Like, people freak out about the homeless problem in Venice here.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, no, thank God they're here because they can actually sleep outdoors. And like, if this was in the UK,
fuck
these
that.
poor people can't sleep outdoors.
I grew up in DC. And every year at wintertime, there would be homeless people that just freeze to death.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
and
awful.
I would always think, get the fuck out of DC. Go to Florida. Go to fucking... And not because I want them to leave DC, because I don't want them to freeze to death.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why when people get upset about the homeless problem here in LA, I'm like, but at least these people are like,
they're
lucky not going to die.
Yeah.
It's
Antarctic
crazy
homeless.
That, shelter just seems like such a basic
necessity
that we don't think about it anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, well.
I'm sorry.
That got depressing.
That did get depressing. Let's talk about rats or something.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's a lot of science.
Oh, boy.
All right, we're going to go balls into science here real quick. You ready?
Balls in. Let's do this.
Here we go. Researchers have written quantum code on a silicone chip for the first time.
I have no idea what any
Oh
of
my
those
God, I
words
had to
meant.
deep dive into this one, boys and girls.
Quantum code
So,
on a silicone
chip.
I can't say
glasses
the
off.
word silicone.
It depends on what you're talking about.
Silicon
Valley.
Silicon Valley.
So is this a silicon chip?
Silicon chip.
Okay. Silicone is not a thing, is it?
Yeah, it is.
I feel like silicone is the shit that you put in breasts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's silicone. That's different from silicon?
Probably.
I think so because I know that
I also just grabbed my boobs, like I was gonna figure
like
out what that
silicon chips are based
Wait,
on
you just said silicon.
yeah Silicon Valley Silicon Valley
Silicon Valley.
So it's
Silicon or kid?
everybody is like, wow, the science rails just went the fuck out the window. I know
Someone teach us how to
silicone.
say this word.
Silicone.
Does that actually have an E on the end?
Yes. It
Okay.
Does.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, this is why we
The breasts.
Yeah.
Tom just earned his keep on this episode. Okay.
He was like, "Oh, I
and
know."
that's boobs?
Fake boobs
Silicone
are
is
made of
boobs.
silicone, which is like a
Silicone.
rubbery thing.
Yeah.
And then silicon is sand, compressed sand
Oh.
that makes chips.
But that compressed sand
would
is
say-
Like Doritos.
Basically the same thing.
Basically the same thing. Anyway,
Right.
let's get back to
Okay.
quantum code.
Cool.
So here's the thing. I always thought that quantum computers were going to be super popular at computing.
Quantuming?
At quantuming because they were super, super small.
I don't understand what quantum
Yeah.
computers are.
Yeah.
So quantum computers, so the whole concept is that if you look down at the sort of like quantum level of an atom or
Yes.
a molecule,
Yes.
right?
Quantum mechanics.
So a regular computer right now works on electricity, right?
Right.
What?
If there's
It's magic.
Slow down there.
if
Alex.
it's either a 1 or a 0, right?
Right,
Like
yes.
it's either there's electrons coming through the thing or there are no electrons coming through the thing,
Right.
right? So that's as small as you can get is to sending electrons through, right?
Got it.
With quantum computers, you can get down to the atoms and the nucleus and those things, and then what you can do is put those things in a 0 or a 1 state.
Okay.
So it just holds more information? Is that what that
Well,
means?
this was my original thought of it. Like that was the big like, oh my god, crazy, because you could shrink it down so fast, and then and you don't have to worry about like the resistance of moving the electrons through the system because
Right.
they're just like atoms that you're popping on and off. That's actually not true. I mean, it is true, but the crazy thing is, the shit that makes it even more powerful is this quantum code, right? So right now, the way computers work is every state is either on or off, right?
Yes.
And the way we express data is in a 2-bit system.
00001
Right.
0000011
Right.
0000011. What song am I
She's-
singing?
I don't know. You're swearing in the
I don't know. Yeah, I was like,
code.
that's
No,
robo cursing.
It's Flight of the Conchords.
We,
Oh, is it?
The humans are dead.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Where they
the
dress up
humans
as fake
are
robos.
dead.
So here's
And
the
that's the
crazy
breakdown.
thing. Here's the crazy
Yeah.
thing. It's not. So right now with computer code, you write it in 2-bit sequences, right?
0,
so
1.
0 0 0 1
1,
1 1
One your
0.
mom.
One your mom. So those 4 things
Yeah.
are the only states in which you can program. So
Correct.
all of the shit that we have, all the stuff that's going on, it can be broken down to those 4 things.
Yep.
Right.
With quantum computing, using quantum entanglement,
Yep.
good.
which is that spooky shit that Einstein talked about, where you
What?
can entangle two quantum particles.
What are quantum particles?
Good question.
Yep.
I'm gonna move forward.
This is bullshit.
No, wait,
No.
seriously, what are quantum
So
particles?
you could entangle like
What's considered a quantum particle? A nucleus?
yeah,
or
like a
an atom?
nucleus. I don't think as big as an atom. I
Okay.
think it's more the nucleus.
Nucleus, a proton, or an electron.
Right. Yeah. But you can entangle those two so that when you change one, the other one changes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So what they realized was you can put them into what they call superposition, which is where
like
it
being
is
super popular.
it is being super popular at 0 and 1.
position.
Okay.
So essentially, it becomes in a state of 0 and 1 when you're in superposition.
So is that
So with
3?
the entangled things, what you can do, which is fucking crazy. Let me. There's like a chart.
That was a superposition.
the chart's going to do our listeners no good? Alex.
I was just going to read the chart
No good.
quickly. So the whole concept is now instead of it being like a 0 and a 1,
Right.
and then you can combine them, you can now have 0 0 plus 1 1.
Ooh.
0 1 plus 0 1. You can do all these combos that you couldn't do before at a molecular, at like a base level.
Got
Which means
it.
it opens up this opportunity to code computers in a totally different way.
But why would we want to?
Does it mean we'll finally have proton packs? That's all I really care about.
Yeah.
Can we make proton
Yes.
packs?
Do we
of
get
those
fucking
things?
I'm gonna
hoverboards
say
and not those stupid,
Hoverboards.
not those stupid rolly shit things that?
Yeah, those should not be legally allowed to be called
No!
hoverboards.
Those aren't hoverboards.
Those are just shitty wheel shoes.
shitty wheel shoes.
So the whole
Get
concept
off
is
our
that
lawn, shitty wheel shoes.
we can make so much more. We can do so much more at its base level with
Yes.
computing that then the exponential increase
That will
in
solve
what
the
stuff-
homeless problem.
Yeah. We're gonna put them in quantum entanglements and then put them into superposition.
Yes.
and we won't even. They'll just phase.
Yes.
We won't even know where they are. They'll just be in a bush.
This is like another
and then
Isaac
it's like,
Asimov story where they create like the biggest computer of all time, and then they ask it what is like the meaning of life, or what is the question of what is the one question, I forget what it is. It's some big important question that they ask it, and it literally takes like billions of years.
You mean Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No, that's 42.
Oh, that was based on Asimov, because that's.
Maybe
that is what
Hitchhiker's
happened.
Guide?
They built that computer and they asked him what's the meaning of life, and it took billions of years, and it just said 42.
42?
Yeah,
Maybe I am
You're
thinking
confusing
of that.
your son.
I've had 2 glasses of this really sweet bubbly shit.
you have your sci-fi and my sci-fi.
And I had an apple for breakfast. So
You had an apple?
an apple.
One apple?
One
You pig.
apple.
Whoa.
No, that's what I mean. This is hitting me right now. Do we have time for one more story?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the timings?
36.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
great. Oh, great. We'll talk about aging, because fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit. All right, I'm into this.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
You're right. First off, some crazy shit has happened about aging.
How do I get rid of my forehead wrinkles?
You don't have, you're doing a good
First
job.
off, I'm really yeah. I think you nailed it. Bangs.
Oh, yeah, it bangs.
I was like, that you did it.
Done.
No need to take a pill. All right, here we go. Will the world's first anti-aging drug help humans
drug?
live to be 120?
Whoa.
I heard about this. It was not meant to be an anti-aging drug, right? It's
No,
meant
it's
to be a
diabetics.
diabetes.
It was a diabetes pill. So the whole concept is called metformin. And essentially what happened was, and there's a couple big things like drilled down into this story, right?
Okay.
So what happened was they started using this metformin, which was a drug for diabetic patients.
Got
As
it.
Will help
Wilford
them with
Brimley
their
says, diabetes.
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 I'm Wilford Brimley and I got diabetes.
He's so adorable.
He is so adorable. But the crazy thing is that they recently discovered that the drug can reliably extend the life of animals.
That is crazy. How?
Wait, whoa, what?
No.
We just, you know,
Is it something that helps with like regulating blood sugar? Is that why diabetics take it?
maybe that sounds good.
It helps slow down heart disease.
So,
I believe.
according to the study, cells contain a DNA blueprint that could theoretically keep the body functioning properly forever. However, human cells go through billions of divisions over the course of a lifetime, and as cells divide, errors creep in.
Right.
These errors lower the cell's ability to repair itself. For instance, cancer prevents cells from getting rid of the mutation that allows tumors to develop.
Ooh.
In the case of Alzheimer's, brain cells are unable to clear plaques that cause dementia.
Oh, wow.
So this this drug, I guess, helps with
Maintain.
that, like clearing out the errors when cells divide.
Okay, got it.
But here's the craziest bit.
Yep, you said that.
I just want to start taking the drug now, personally.
What?
How do I get
I know.
this drug?
Well, here's the craziest bit. The FDA is now going to start studying the potential age-defying effects of this drug.
Okay.
In order to do that,
No.
the FDA has now acknowledged that aging is a disease.
What?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
So we're not meant to die?
No.
Ever? Not meant to.
We've just filled with horrible disease called
Oh, my
aging.
gosh.
Or aging.
Who would we get this from? Who's patient zero with this
that's-
aging thing?
That
Adam?
concerns me.
I don't know.
That
The snake? Yes,
that
go.
concerns me because I feel like that's going to open up weird loopholes where people are going to get like their Botox covered because it's now
And it should be.
yeah, but now
Look at you.
if aging is being considered a disease, they can find a way to get their insurance to cover things like this.
Well, potentially. We'll definitely cover things like that. I mean, I could definitely see everybody at a certain age now having to. I mean, but that's fucking crazy. Think about that. Now we could potentially, by the time we are at a point where we need to worry about stopping the aging process, which, by
Right.
the way, we probably already blew fucking through
Yeah.
when we were 12.
I feel like it's 26.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
26 is like
That's
an
a year
ideal
where you're
time.
like, well, I better stop smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. Like, at the time we're like 65,
yeah.
we could be getting a mandatory, or not mandatory, but getting an optional add 20 years to your life pill.
Wow.
How crazy is
That's
that?
freaky.
Yeah.
I would rather, by the way, I mean, like, this pill does sound amazing. I'm not trying to knock it in any way, but I would rather that the FDA focus on trying to get, like, MRIs as a regular, like have that covered by your insurance.
Well, but that's not the FDA. Like the FDA doesn't do that.
But if the FDA, yeah, you're right. I don't know how that works, but like it just seems silly that our insurance won't cover a scan that could literally stop us from having problems years and years and years down the future and like save us a bunch of money.
The biggest issue I see with the healthcare system when I put my big think hat on is that it's a capitalistic model.
I know.
I mean, the problem is that at the end of the day, unless it's a fully altruistic model, there's no
like that fucker who now charges like $750 a pill for whatever HIV patients need or something like that.
Which is why someone else gave out, like they invented the same drug for cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Like a month later, yeah.
Oh, good. Thank God. Because that dude's a dick.
And that's the other thing too, is there's this whole big issue between, there's such a weird, and I'm a capitalist at heart, so I always have this other side of me that's like, well, altruism is awesome, and I hope that people spend money altruistically. That's awesome. But in order to get people motivated, most people motivated to do breakthroughs in medical science, can sometimes come from a capitalistic endeavor where they're like, I want to find, maybe not the cure for cancer, but I want to find the next version of this thing so I can make a bunch of money on it because everybody's going to want it.
Right.
And when you take that chunk out of it and you just go, well, I want to help people with stubbed toes because I think, I just have, my mom died of a stubbed toe. Then it's like, that's cool. But at the end of the day,
your mom died of a stubbed toe?
That was the worst of all deaths.
I loved your mom.
The most embarrassing of all deaths.
As I put on my nerd hat, in Star Trek, I believe that society in the future, they had like there was no money. Like it was a society where everybody was taken care of, right? In Star Trek.
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't that communism?
Something like that, but it worked. they had
something, but it worked.
They had science, really awesome science, and nobody was stopping making science in Star Trek.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would be interested to see when that moment happened where they were like, "Oh, we don't need money anymore, people."
Yeah, I feel like the problem with that is that it's sort of innate in our human nature to want to
make some money, cold hard cash.
I don't want to say be better than other people, but to the competition factor.
Yeah.
Like you always want to excel.
Yeah, like would Elon Musk be able to do as much good for the planet as he is currently doing had he have not made PayPal? And you make PayPal not for altruistic reasons.
No,
you make PayPal to make a fucking bunch of money.
Yeah, exactly.
And he did that.
Yeah.
And then now gets to make Tesla, which is like, I want to make a better car for the environment.
Right.
Yeah.
But the first Tesla he makes is, it's extremely expensive.
Well, but it had to be.
It had to be, but he made it for very rich people. He didn't make it for people who cared about the environment. He made it for people who wanted
the
to feel cool.
Car and, drive a Lotus with no sound.
Right. It sounds like an Xbox.
A Lotus with no sound?
No, it like when you turn on one of the, like a Tesla, it's like, and then you're like, is it on? It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I so want a Tesla. It's not even fun.
I'll get you one. So if you live to
Merry
120,
Christmas.
so this
I'm gonna be so disappointed when it's not Tesla.
Yeah.
You fucker.
Whoops. Okay. If you live to 120 then on this drug, then we're gonna have some serious like world population problems, right?
We already have some serious world population problems, and we already have a great solution: Moonbase!
Or Death Coaster.
Or
right?
Death
Or Death Coaster, or a combination of both.
Look at us.
You get a ticket.
Happy hour solving all
you
the
get
problems.
a ticket. One is for the Moonbase. One is for the Death Coaster. You have to agree to whichever one you get on.
Oh my God.
That would be great. And it's just a random ticket.
That is an amazing sci-fi story.
Right?
Logan's Run
love
with
that.
a Death Coaster and Moonbase. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'll write that up.
What was the one? Oh, who were you talking about? Somebody was talking about that episode of, was it The Twilight Zone or Sliders. Somebody was telling me about an episode of Sliders.
Okay.
Where the whole concept was...
Oh, we were talking about like last week.
Were we talking about with the ATM card?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can either buy you get whatever you want for a week and then you die.
You get as much money out of the ATM.
Yes.
But at some point you could swipe it, and if you swipe it and it says you die, you have to die.
Awesome.
No. It was you go to an ATM and then you get for a week
like a
you can take out
ticket.
as much money as you want. And then you die. Yeah, it's a lottery.
Right, because then we talked about setting up your family for the rest of their lives, just taking out as much money as you can.
Pretty smart idea.
Exactly.
I'm sure they had loopholes.
They were totally loopholes.
I
think we're timed.
Yeah.
We're timed.
Oh my God, that was fun.
All right, everyone. So just remember,
episode.
keep an eye out this week. Hold on. Keep an eye out this week. I'm going to punch you in your fancy hair. Keep an eye out for December 12th. We're doing our Drunksmas. We will tweet where you can send us food or beverages or cupcakes or whatever you want to send us. We will thank you on the show. We will need you.
We will need you.
This is not us going like, hey, we want stuff from you. We need you guys. We need you.
I need you.
Follow us on Twitter at halfhourhappyhr. Please send us emails. We're going to be reading a fuck ton of emails over Drunksmas.
Yeah, we're going to be reading a lot.
So please email us at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com.
Very nice. Look at this wrap-up. It's amazing.
That is it for this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. With us, as always, the lovely and talented Tom Supervolcano Krajewski.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I ever closed out the show.
I think so. You did it well.
You did a really good job.
Mic drop.
Boom.